Welcome back, everybody. We were just talking about payment compliance. Why is it so important? Because without it, you're never going to get straight with the IRS. Without it, you're always going to be on this hamster wheel of always racking up more penalties, more interest, and you're never going to feel like you're truly in charge of your tax situation. I know to many people, that sounds like a fantasy. But really, that's how we train people. That's what we teach people to understand your taxes, get ahead of them, and you can use them for your benefit once you're straight on taxes, especially if you're a business owner. But even if, as an individual, you can start planning for the future, putting money away into retirement accounts. You can look for tax savings. How can I put more money in my house? Can I write off some repairs, etc.? What are some ways that you can save money in the long run, and you can start doing tax avoidance strategies, which are legal? So avoiding taxes is perfectly illegal. If you're there's a big difference there between avoidance and fraud, and that's a whole nother episode. So, but really, payment compliance, filing compliance and payment compliance puts you back in the driver's seat, helps you get on track so you're not behind the eight ball. So really, what does it mean to be payment compliant? Like I mentioned earlier with Jim Carrey, the movie Liar Liar, you've got to stop breaking the law. Now, does that mean you have to go back and pay every single penny that of back taxes that are owed before you can get a deal? Absolutely not. You just have to stop owing taxes moving forward. And you've got to show the IRS that in the current tax period, you're not going to owe. So for most people, the current tax period is a year. 1040s are filed once a year. If the IRS required more than that, people would lose their minds. It would be a chaos. And it's kind of chaotic already. So yearly for tax returns, and I'm just going to touch on some of the other issues, especially for self-employed individuals. If you have a business, you have quarterly taxes. And then if you have any kind of sales taxes with the state, that's monthly typically. So, and sometimes payroll taxes can be taken out every single payroll, so every 2 weeks. So it can be much harder to get on track. But the best way to do this, the more often the shorter your payroll period, the easier to show, okay, I'm going to get on track for this month starting forward. It's kind of like a diet. Hey, from here on out, I'm not going to eat sweets, or I'm going to avoid fatty food. But the key thing is to change your habits. Work with a CPA, a tax professional, to help you learn how to change your habits, change what you're doing, and stop owing moving forward. So it's easy to do monthly, quarterly. You wait till the end of the quarter, and then, okay, right here, I'm not going to owe moving forward. Every time I run payroll, and this is how serious the IRS takes it. They tell you don't pay your employees if you can't pay the payroll taxes. So same thing for an individual. If you receive that income, set aside the taxes right away. That's why the government loves withholding. The trick is, don't play with the system. Don't go and jack up your withholdings or your deductions off your W-2 income, and then you're not working the system. It's you can have it work for you or against you. Now, there are times where people they need more money if you can figure out another way. And here's the sad truth. For people that continue to owe every single period, there's not a lot we can do for them, because I've had people set up, they've gotten an offer on compromise, a great offer on compromise. We set them up for a great deal, paying a few $100s on tens of thousands of debt, and then they blow it up because they kept owing moving forward. That's that hamster wheel. Every single year you owe again, you're right back to where you start. Doesn't matter who it is, you're going to default to any resolution set up for you. So you're paying someone a bunch of money to represent you. You're going through all the hassle of getting something set up, and then you blow it up the next time that you owe. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And again, we try really hard at Guardian Tax Law to make sure that people are paying estimated tax payments. They are having enough withheld. And it's really, we get them on that path moving forward. We get them set up with expert tax preparers or tax advisors. And then as long as they stay on that track, they'll be fine. Sometimes life just happens. And we have to address something more, which we understand. But the number one goal here is wherever you are to start not owing moving forward. That can mean for yearly taxes, sometimes you might want to wait till January to start doing that. But if you're in June or July, sometimes you just need to start paying and build that habit. So we're going to dive into this even more as we come back from our break. So stay with us and we'll be right back in a sec.